friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally redecorating my kitchen after the holidays. I just got everything filmed and put in place and it feels so good. So I'm going to show you guys how to create some kitchen vignettes. I'm also going to show shelf styling ideas. I've got lots of floating shelves here in our kitchen, and I'll also show you how to use practical items as decor in your kitchen. So if you are stumped on how to decorate your kitchen after the holidays, after you've taken all the Christmas stuff down, then hopefully this video will help you out and give you some inspiration. I'm gonna start working my way from the top down, starting with these floating shelves next to the kitchen sink and the large window in the kitchen. So for on the top shelf, I decided to add a faux plant. This one is from Target a few years ago and I love it. It's a faux pothos plant. I've also had real ones and they are pretty easy to keep alive, but I do love the simplicity of this faux one, just being able to pull it out anytime I'm ready for it, and then I can put it up during the Christmas seasons. Next, I'm putting a cake stand, very practical decor piece. I use this all the time. And then I'm also adding a few different vessels. Some are pottery, some are from Hobby Lobby. And then I also have this cute little teapot that I'm going to place in a group of 3. And that is it for the shelves. Underneath though, I wanted to add something. So I added this wooden tray, and I'm also adding a lamp for a little bit of cozy light since there isn't any underlighting in our kitchen in this area. So I'm just going to plug that in, and then to hide the cord, I like to add a book. Sometimes I'll add a piece of art, but for today I'm adding this Made for Living book. It's one of my favorite books. I love the aesthetic of it. It also has a lot of inspiration. Next, I'm going to add a candle. This is actually a fall scented candle, so I flipped it around and I'm going to be lighting it with this cute little electric lighter. So nice, you can recharge it and you never have to get a new lighter, which is so handy. So I'll link it down below, but I love the Copper Candle Co. candles and they all smell amazing. I'm just trying to use up some of the scents I already have, and here is the final look. I love adding in pops of green with plants. You can even use pine still since it's still in the winter months, but I prefer to have house plants and just that sort of look, just to kind of brighten it all up. Next, we're moving over to the sink area, and this is an area I like to style very simply. I love this rug from Sam's. It's washable and I love the little bit of color that it provides. Next, I have this tray that is a clearance Hobby Lobby find. It was $3.99, such a steal, and I'm going to put my soaps on it. So I have these amber glass containers or bottles that I'm going to put my hand soap and dish soap in, and then I'm also going to add this little pottery vase that I got from Hobby Lobby recently. It was half off of $11.99, and then I'm going to pop an asparagus fern off of another bundle that I'm going to be using throughout the kitchen, and I'm just going to place that in there for a little bit of green next to the sink. I also like to switch out my hand towels, but we'll do that a little bit later. Kailyn was up from her nap, so I wrapped her to me and we got back to decorating. Next, we're going to be doing the other set of floating shelves on the other side of the sink. They're exactly the same. For this side, I'm going to layer 2 large white pitchers. One is a bigger size and then this other one is a little bit smaller, so I'm going to place those next to each other. Then on the other side, I'm going to add some glasses. These are kind of fancier glasses. We don't use them that often, but I love the look of them and displaying them. And then I do have a few more in the cabinet, but I'm going to layer 4 here. Then on the next shelf, I'm going to add a cake stand, and this one I love to put baked goods in, muffins, and then I have a few cookbooks. This Half-Baked Harvest, Super Simple, and Gather at Home are both really inspiring cookbooks and just great for different seasonal cooking. And then I have this faux plant. This is a faux rosemary plant from Target, and they do still have it. I'll link it down below. And then next we're gonna add this art piece. It's just a little landscape art that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it was another clearance find for $5.49. So I'm going to layer that on the bottom. I'm also going to try to hide that electrical outlet. And then I'm going to layer a vase. This one's in more of like a brown color, really pretty taupe. And if I ever get fresh flowers, I can just grab that and pop them in there. Next, I'm adding this little wood riser. And then this little vase is actually a toothpick holder. How cute. And then I'm going to add a cloche to go on top of it just to finish it off, and placing it next to the vase and just creating a little vignette of 3, all in the same color scheme, but just a little bit different. And yeah, I love it. I think it adds a little bit of visual interest without adding a ton of clutter on the countertop. Now we're heading over to the wall with the stove, and I'm going to be decorating behind the stove. I have these cutting boards up all year round, so I'm going to leave them up and add to it. And then the little tension rod is, I actually got that from a friend, and I can link them down below. But first we're going to make a little vignette on the right side of the stove. I'm going to add this pitcher, a little wood riser, another candle. This one is the Sweet Latte scent from Copper Candle Co. And I'm going to add a larger cloche on it. And then to tie it all together, I'm going to add this little faux plant from Hearth and Hand last year, just for a little pop of green. And then I always love having a crock full of wooden spoons that I can grab while I'm cooking. So I'm going to place that right next to the stove. Next, I'm going to add this basket to the cutting boards just to kind of give it a different look. And I also found these really cute hot pads from Hearth and Hand. I love the just neutral plaid, so I'm going to layer that in as well behind the basket just to create another layer. And then I'm going to put this little asparagus fern bundle from Hobby Lobby inside of the basket. I'm also going to place my cookbook stand next to the stove. This is also Hearth and Hand, and it holds very large cookbooks, which I like. I'm going to place this Cozy White Cottage Seasons book. This isn't really a cookbook, but I love all of the pictures in here, and I just switch out whatever cookbook I'm using for the night. I also have this faux olive tree that I thrifted, and then I have this DIY pottery vase that I put it in just for a different look, and I'm going to place that next to the cookbook stand. And then I'm also going to put this really pretty copper teapot on the stove for a little bit of a different metal. And then I'm going to place this same hand towel that's coordinating with the hot pad. I just love that pattern. we have the double shelf area in our kitchen, and I'm going to style these up as well as the countertop underneath it. I keep my KitchenAid mixer over there in the corner at all times, so I'm going to show you some of the items that I'm going to use to decorate. First up is a DIY pottery vase. I have a few cookbooks that I love. I'm going to layer those up, propped up against the vase, and then I found these cute canisters from Hobby Lobby. They were such good deals, on clearance of course, for $2 each. You cannot beat that. So I picked them up, and I'm going to place one on the other side to hold those cookbooks up, and I'm going to put some tea and different things inside of them. I also have this bowl that I love to pull down and put fresh fruit in whenever I get it, so I'm going to put that up there. I also have this vase. I'm probably going to DIY this to make it a little more distressed, but again, $2 from Hobby Lobby. You cannot beat that, and you can always pop some greens in there if you want. And then I have this basket with a faux plant inside that's just going to kind of drape down off of the shelf. For the next shelf, I love this big landscape art picture. I've used it for years now. It's from Hobby Lobby originally. I'm going to place that in the center of the shelf. And then I have this vase here that I love. I cannot remember where it's from, probably Home Goods or Hobby Lobby. This little basket was thrifted as well, so I'm going to place a faux plant inside of it because I don't love this pot, and that way it will tie in with the rest of my decor a lot better. So I'm going to place that next to the vase and the picture. And then for the other side, I have this really pretty distressed kind of rustic vase from Hobby Lobby. This one is new right now and it was half off. I have this scale that I'm going to place for some height, and then I found these cute little cup bowls, I don't really know what you call it, at Home Goods for $3.99, and I thought they were just so cute, so I'm going to layer them together. How cute. I just love that. On top of the scale, and that is the finished look for the shelves. Now underneath, I like to keep some baking supplies, so I have some canisters of flour, sugar, and brown sugar. The canisters were from Kirkland's and they were a clearance find. I'm also going to cover up that electrical outlet with a cutting board, and I'm going to layer in this cookbook, Magnolia Table Volume 2. And then I have a little glass jar with some gold stir spoons. I use these for my coffee in the morning, and I think they add a little bit of pretty metal. It's kind of just shiny. I don't know, I like it. And then I have this riser, and this was actually an old candle, kind of looks like pottery, and I'm going to place a little faux plant inside of it and place that next to the KitchenAid mixer just to add another pop of green so your eye can kind of go to all of them on the shelf. So here is the final look of the kitchen. Next up we have the island, and then we will finish it off. Okay, I'm keeping the island very simple. I don't like a lot of clutter over here, so I'm going to add this gold tray that was from TJ Maxx. It was only $16.99. I feel like that was a good deal. This brown vase was also from TJ Maxx on clearance for $22. The greenery is from Target. I will link it down below. It's so pretty. It's part of the new Hearth & Hand spring collection. And then I have some candlesticks. The candles themselves were from Hobby Lobby, and the candle holder was from Hearth & Hand. This little vase is an old Hobby Lobby find. And then I have another asparagus fern inside. Guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed styling my kitchen with me. Some home decor finds and some clearance finds and just seeing how I piece everything together. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration if you are styling your home. I love flipping through magazines and Pinterest and getting ideas from different places. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye friends.